Welcome to Brands Hatch in the last of the GT Multiclass race series. As you can see right now, I have chosen to go for the BMW M4, which I eventually unlocked. So I thought, why not go out and give it a spin? And as you can see, I am actually doing a qualifying lap as well. Now this isn't going to be the best of the qualifying laps because I totally forgot to change my tyres, so I am running medium tires, as well as I'm first time driving this car, so I haven't exactly had any warm-up period with it. It's literally throw myself in the deep end and away we go. Wow, so we come around this corner now. We are, as you can see, on the second lap of the qualifying lap. I did do lap 1 and I fell off the track at the end, so that was in the bin as well. Coming around this corner now, we are knocking it down in second gear and accelerating out the other side. That is a GT4 car up in front. So this race is GT2, GT3 and GT4. And it's actually quite a great race. I'm not going to lie, it was incredibly fun. Providing you survive the first corner, well, the first two corners. But we'll get to that in a moment. Come around this corner now, cutting that corner ever so slightly. Could have cut it a bit more, could have carried a bit more speed. We're coming down this hill now, trying to catch up with the GT4 car up in front. Cut this corner here, and again, I could have carried a little bit more speed. So, this isn't going to be the fastest lap in the world, but providing I stay roughly at the top end of the pitch, I am pretty happy. Coming around this corner now, where I did fall off previously, we managed to survive. But we have one more lap to go, and I think this is where we're going to set our faster lap. We're looking at a 1:26.590 at the moment. That car in front just disappeared. I think they finished their qualifying session. So we're going to absolutely send it, this car. We'll try our best to set a competitive time and not fall off the track, because we only have one more chance to do it. As you can see, position 1 has set a slightly better lap time, about 0.4 seconds quicker than myself, which could mean either A, they are quicker, or B, on soft tires. Well, I mean, the quicker, like at the precise moment, I could set a better lap time on medium tires coming around here now. Not too sure yet. We're going to see if we can make it round this track in one piece. We are 3 attempts down on this lap, so unless I find 3 attempts, it's not going to happen, sadly. But we are going to keep trying. It can be easily found 3 attempts, because if my previous lap was terrible, 3 attempts can easily be found. But yeah, I've already found a 10th, look at that. But I don't think we're going to be able to find his last 2 corners here, as we did brave that corner very well this time. This car does seem to be rather stable and drives actually very, very well. And to be fair, the engine tone of it as well is not too bad. I've definitely driven worse. So I'm pretty happy with this car actually. And I do think it drives rather well, as I nearly did fall off the track again. But I don't think we're going to beat our bet last time. Nah, we're not. Look at that. Never mind, we do start in second place. Unless someone beats us at the end of this race, and I don't think they have, because that's a GT2 pack up in front. Do have a BMW behind me. To be fair, this race was quite dominated by the M4s. Obviously, it's a new car out, so it is going to be quite popular. But it's going to be very interesting as everybody powers up into this turn 1. Lucky enough, we have the inside line, so if we do get beaten a little bit, we do have cars to fall into on the left-hand side. Break into this corner now. Red Ferrari sends it up the inside, using brakes as an optional extra, and an option that they did not choose to have in a Ferrari. So we're going to come down the inside line here of the next corner. Coming through, they have a little bit of apex syndrome, and with my car being there, they end up hitting the car and going wide. I get a warning for the collision, which I think is a little bit unfair due to the fact of they turned into me, and there was plenty of room for both of us making that corner. Did they suffer from driving into me? Yes. Did they fall off the track from driving into me? Yes. Was it worth it? Well, let me know down in the comments below, because I'd love to hear your opinion. Coming around here now, we are now getting stuck a little bit behind the GT2 cars up in front, trying to find a way through, trying to gain a position, because the longer I'm stuck behind these guys, the quicker the GT3 cars are going to close that gap behind me. Managed to make a move on one of the vets. Now I need to take over this Corvette up in front, and then overtake the Porsche in front of that. Now this is where the hard part is. Now I do have a little bit of more power than those cars up in front, but it's not enough to be able to take on the straights. I also corner a little bit better than these cars up in front, but it's really hard to try and maximize on a track like this, being small and narrow, as well as not being able to have a long enough straight to overrun. But we do manage to make a move on the yellow Corvette behind. Just need to try and get past this Porsche up in front. So I'm going to go to the right hand side here. Porsche is covering the line, braking down the second gear over the curb and accelerating out the other side. I'm going to see if we can get a good enough run down this back straight that I could have the inside line. And that is quite important. I'm looking to get a better run out of this corner than that Porsche up in front. But I don't think that was the case. I think we have both had roughly the same speed coming out. We are catching up to them, but we're also going to have to brake for this next corner up ahead, which is quite annoying. They double brake because they did enter a bit quick. Obviously, watching what I'm doing, I got the inside line of the next corner, braking in third gear, over the line we go, and a little bit of contact was made as we come out of that corner. Thankfully, no harm, no foul. We're both still on the track, and the Porsche fell off the track by themselves on that one. So, although that move I made could have been cleaner, I do feel that it was, yeah, I think it was a fair move. And if you believe that as well, hit that like button down below. Again, I still like to admit I could have been cleaner and probably planned a little bit better. Maybe got onto the brakes a tiny bit earlier, and then I probably wouldn't have had to take up as much room upon corner exit. Again, let me know down below in the comment section. Accelerating on the other side, we are 4 seconds away from position 2, and we are slowly breaking away from the vet behind. Well, the vet's obviously going to want to keep up because they're going to have the slipstream from this car, but I also want to get away from them, because the more I'm pulling away from them, the bigger the gap I'm creating away from the GT3 cars that's also in the race that I am in. Thus, they've got to overtake the vets, well, the two vets as well, like, you know. So the bigger lead I've got from those cars, the better it is for myself, you know. Plus, they always have penalties. And to be fair, position 3 has a 0.154 mile penalty already, which is quite large, I would assume. That's going to be at least a good few seconds. What do you think, guys? Is that a contact penalty, or is that constantly off tracks that's massively built up very quickly within the first couple of laps we have just done? Be interested to know what you guys think. So coming around the other corners, out the other side, down this back straight, my next braking point is just before the road on the left hand side. Hard braking down the third gear, turning in, take a little bit of grass there to try to slow myself down a little bit more and a bit more rotation. Coming out the other side, looking out for just before the 100-meter board, braking it down to third gear, turning in, and then start accelerating as you get into the dip. Coming up the hill, we're looking out for the 100-meter board, braking it down to second gear, turning in, and then accelerating out of the other side. Coming back over to the right hand side of the track, braking at the 100-meter board again, down to second gear, turning in, onto the green patch on the outside, accelerating out the other side. 100-meter board again, braking down to second gear, coming here, cruising it through and accelerating out the other side as you start exiting the corner and flat out down this section. As you can see, pay as you play behind is now 5.8 seconds away, and Stanley 3818 is also 8.4 seconds away, which we are leaving quite a nice gap. And obviously in the rearview mirror, the Corvette is quite far away. Again, Lee breaking away from the pack, and actually I'm really surprised at how well this BMW really does drive. I think it is a very manageable car. It really is. Let me know what you guys think about this car down in the section below. What do you think about it? What's its pros and cons, and what you like and what you don't like about it as well. I think, to be fair, it drives very well. Coming from another car standpoint, this car is obnoxiously loud. Like, Forza have managed to mess up the volume of this car, and no matter where you are, if you're close to proximity of it, if you're in bonnet cam or interior cam, this car is ridiculously loud, and I don't know why, and I don't know why it hasn't been addressed in bug fixes. But everybody else can put up with me now, is the way I see it, because I've got the car. And it is a really good car to drive, so I can understand why everybody's using it. It really is very stable. You know, we've driven the vets and everything like that. Some of them can be quite playful, But this car is not on any of those categories. It just does exactly what it needs to do on the tin. And yeah, it's really capable. Anyway, my skill set wasn't very capable at this section of the track, as I do see a lot of weeds in the grass, things like that. So I take it upon myself to trim that out, dig them out, because I wasn't happy with the quality of work that was provided. So I'm not going off track because of a skill deficiency. I'm going off track just to help the maintenance side of things. Braking at the road on the left hand side, down a second gear, turning in and accelerating out the other side. No idea what lap we're on now. I think we're at 4 or 5. I've lost count now. I wish I had a lap board, and I said it before, I say it 100 times. I wish we had a lap count. I wish we had a lap timer as well, showing your best lap time, and actually showing your 5 last laps times as well, just showing you that you're being consistent and things like that. I'm only judging by the time gap from the cars behind. If I'm increasing that time gap, that means my lap times are either consistent or they're a little bit better. If I'm losing time, then that could either A, mean that I have dropped off the consistency pedestal, or they've suddenly got faster. Usually the first one. But braking at 100-meter board here, turning in third gear and accelerating out to the side. We have chosen to go for the medium tyre set now. Now the medium tyre set, I'm not too sure how long the tyres will last in this 20-minute long race. So I thought I'll go for mediums to start with, and if mediums make it, and I'm halfway through the race, I'll go for another set of mediums. If I can extend the mediums a bit longer, then I'm going to go for a set of soft tyres. I did not think hard tyres will make it right to the end, and if I did manage to make it right to the end, they're going to be absolutely destroyed. Because looking at it now, we're only 9 minutes into the race, and these tyres, I would say, are a good 35 to 40% of their way through. So if I picked hard tyres, you know, I don't think it would have made it. But, you know, let me know down in the comments below if you've managed to make it on hard tyres. Anyway, we are now 6.4 seconds away from pay-as-you-play, 14 seconds away from Stanley 3818, and 26.4 seconds away from Rogue Gustav. No idea which car or the person's name was that I had my relationship with in the Ferrari. So they could be either Stanley or Rogue Gustav. I'm not too sure. Either way, they're long away from us, and I can't see the Corvette in my rear view mirror, so we are breaking a good bit of time away, unless they've gone into the pits. They could have been on soft tyres. Not too sure. Anyway, coming around this section now, getting quite a lot more confident with this car and a lot more consistent. Braking at 100-meter board here, down in second gear, turning in and then accelerating out the other side. Again, I do like the sound of this car. It's not like the M8, where I forget to change gears in the M8 because it doesn't sound like it's revving that high. It's such a low sounding revving engine that you forget you're bouncing off the limiter and you go, oh, I'm not going any fast. Oh, right, I'm off the limiter. You don't, you know, it's either A, my hearing, or B, the engine just doesn't sound right to match the revolutions it's going at. But this car, it does sound actually quite good to drive. Anyway, coming around this section now, tyres are doing well, We're over the halfway mark, which is what matters. We're 6.8 seconds away from pay-as-you-play, 6.9, 15 away from Stanley, and 30 away from Rogue Gustav. The thing I do have in my head, though, because we are breaking quite a good bit of time away, and don't forget, they could also be, I can't see on the map, I'll have a look as we go around the other side, they could also be getting held up by a slower car up in front, but they also could be on hard tyres and trying to do a no-stop. Ooh, that was a bit close to the track limits there. Blue car behind. So no, they've overtaken the GT2 car. Ooh, I'm missing my point there. Nearly missed the corner. That was very lucky. Anyway, so yeah, blue car behind me there. And then the next blue car, which would be Stanley, is stuck behind the GT2 car. and there's a GT2 car just gone into the pits when I'm going to follow, because I'm going to go for a set of soft tires now. Now, the reason I've chosen to go into the pits on this lap is because I'm going to take about 35 seconds in the pit here. By the time I come out the other side, I'll only have a third of the race left to do. And hopefully, because I made the medium tires last pretty much 2/3, just about, these soft tires should carry me to the end and actually overall be much quicker. Because if everybody else is extending it for one more lap, that means their tires are going to be slower, whilst hopefully by the time I come to the end of my stint, at the end of the race countdown, my tires will still have just be out of the minor wear. So that's my thinking here, because look, we have 7 minutes 30 of the race left to go, so we only have a third left to do. Now, honestly, I scienced the life out of this plan, really did, in the last corner of that where I decided to pit. So my idea, I do hope it works out well, and let me know down in the comments below, do you think my idea is going to work out well? And it'd be very interesting to know. Thankfully though, the pay-as-you-play is only 23 seconds in front, and Stanley's only 12 seconds in front with a large penalty. One thing I did forget to mention as I was in the pits is to give a shout out to my channel members, which are Jeffrey Anderson, Andy Good, Sigmatic, Daniel Adams, John Burns, and AK47. Thank you guys very much for supporting the channel, and if you'd like to also join in and support the channel, hit that join button down below, become a channel member, and get access to exclusive content. As we come around this corner now, we are 21 seconds away from Pay As You Play, who is in the pits. So Stanley actually, so that's a good sign, because they're going to go on soft tires, and we've only done one lap on soft tires, and look how pretty they're looking right now. By the time they get out of the pits, there's going to be 6 minutes of the race left. So I generally think the last section of the race may have well been on minor wear medium tires. Problem I do have though is the cars there up in front. That is position 1 and 6. So that means I have to overtake position 1, because I don't think I've lapped that car, but position 6 I can see him ghosting in and out. So that car has been lapped, so I don't have to worry about that person. It's that position 1, who I also think is running hard tires no stop, because we are 5 minutes 40 left of the race and they're still going. The only thing I have to do is actually catch up to them, because that will be quite helpful, obviously, to complete the race. But I've also got to try and get past them, which isn't going to be easy, because they're going to be on hard tires, which means they're going to be slower into the corners. They're going to be taking up more room. And yeah, I've just got to be mindful of that. Oh, Pay As You Play's come out of the pits, 9.8 seconds away. And Stanley is 20 seconds away. That's absolutely crazy. I've been ever so lucky in this race, I'm not going to lie. But I do have Sweet Girl 1912 having a bit of a slide as they're coming out of the corner. I'm going to take the inside line of this corner coming up. I have the soft tyre, so hopefully I'll be able to really capitalise and really use these tyres as we're coming around here now. Wow, just making it and breaking that 100 metre board. Had the move done and didn't fall off the track. Couldn't complain at that. That was very well done. Coming down the hill, looking out again for the 100 metre board, braking down second gear, turning in and onto the green on the way out. Actually getting away from that BMW quite quickly behind in the rear view mirror. We do have a car in front of us right now, but they're green, so that car is green behind, that car is green up in front. That means that could be position 5 of the GT2 class. Or yeah, it's got to be GT2 class, because the GT4s is only the Audi TT, the Ginetta, and the KTM. So that's definitely GT2. Or it could be a KTM. Hold on, let me catch up. I can't see from here. I'm getting blind in the old age. This green. I mean, the car just overtaken was a BMW M8, so I presume that's GT2. So that's got to be GT2. Unless I'm missing something, I don't know. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. We are 3 minutes 30 seconds left of this race. We are 10.9 seconds away from Pay As You Play and 20.1 from Stanley. Now, they're obviously going to be also on soft tyres. Our tyres are starting to show wear, but I'm not too concerned yet. So, green is GT4. So, the red car behind me was GT. Okay, just looking at the... I might have missed that little red dot on the map there because... Yep, idiot reasons. Anyway, that Ginetta is pretty quick. I mean, I'm catching up to it, don't get me wrong, but it does seem really, really stable and really, really quick. It's actually quite nice that we've actually have a multi-class race that has the GT2, 3s and 4s in it. I just wish that we had more GT4 cars, and I think that is one of the biggest reasons the GT4, that was close, series actually failed. And it's a big shame because they did try to make it work, but you can't make it work with 3 cars that are literally just mixed and matched and chucked in like leftovers. You have to put some planning and thought into it. Let me know what cars you would like to see in the GT4 series down below. We have, well, I think it's going to be 2 laps remaining, so we're going to finish this next lap and then half a lapish after that, because it don't finish the race. We don't finish the lap in this race, you actually just finish when the countdown hits 0, crazily enough. Oh, something that's happened. Because Paisley plays 11.7 seconds away, which is understandable. We've gained another second on 1 lap. But Stanley is now 31 seconds away. Rogue Gustav is 56 seconds away. 46. Oh my gosh. Who can do math here? Not me. I must be getting lessons from Forza's pit crew telling me how many laps I've got remaining. If you remember that, let me know down below, because that stitched me right up. Anyway, 47 seconds away and 31 seconds away for Stanley. That's, must have fell off the track. 1 minute of this race remaining. Coming around the section now, over the curb we go. Tyres are looking worn. I wonder if we can actually make it to the end of this race without setting off the minor wear tag. I'm really interested if I've actually planned this out to a T that is actually worked out in my favour as well. Because not all plans usually work, and sliding the car is not going to help matters. But flamboyant style does look pretty for the crowd on the left hand side. You can see them all cheering that this BMW sounds absolutely incredible. And we have done ever so well. Look at them all waving their arms. All about to fall off the track there. I've just got to stop looking at the audience and actually look at the road that's in front of me. That's presented in front of me. Be kind of handy. The last thing you want to do. I mean, if I fall off the track now, it's still kind of one. Yeah. But 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6 seconds. Almost 12 seconds away from Page to Play, 33 seconds away from Stanley, and 49.4 from Rogue Gustav. We have finished the race in position 1. And did the Ferrari stay? So position Rogue Gustav was the Ferrari GTC. Was that the person we collided with? I think it's the only Ferrari there, so must have been. But that was an insane race. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.